All right, let's talk about fake news. To the extent that term has any real meaning anymore. The phrase has become weaponized, either by bad actors who seek to disrupt our democracies, or those in the world of politics who use it to castigate coverage they don't like from quality news organizations. Not only is it a term that means different things to different people, it's a term that cannot be defined in a black and white way. However, fake news and its impact requires further context. In a study measuring the influence of over 1.25 million stories published online between the beginning of April last year and Election Day in the United States, researchers Yochai Benkler, Robert Farris, and Ethan Zuckerman at MIT found that fake news was not one of the main influencers of misinformation. Instead, the culprit is hyperpartisan sites on either end of the political spectrum that disseminate partial truths instead of wholly fabricated falsehoods. These are far more dangerous because they build upon the pre-established biases that readers have and are all too eager to see confirmed. In Canada, the data is encouraging. According to Earnscliff's Strategy, which conducted polling for the Public Policy Forum, 7 out of 10 Canadian users of online media rely on traditional sources for their news. At Google, our goal remains the same: to give users the most relevant, useful, and authoritative information in response to their queries. Since the very beginning of Google, our teams have worked to counter those who seek to game the system or flood the web with material that is poor quality, misleading, deceptive. There is no silver bullet. There is no singular solution that will eradicate these problems. It's an ongoing effort to harden our defenses in what has always been an arms race between the good guys and the bad guys. The algorithms are not perfect. As far as I'm concerned, I suspect they never will be, in a world where the web is always changing, where people are always trying to figure out, the bad actors figure out how to overcome the algorithms or other mechanisms to achieve what they're looking to achieve. But we're up for that challenge, and we take that responsibility with extraordinary seriousness. We know we've had failures, and I cannot tell you how embarrassing that is to us and how much that has re-emphasized our efforts to make sure that we're doing everything we can to prevent it. The trust of our users is at stake, and we won't let them down. You know, as I say, we have billions of users who use us every day. But as you know, there's nothing that locks any user to using Google as a search engine. There are competitors out there, and they're as far away as the click of a mouse. We have to continue to earn their trust every day. It's clear no one wants Google to be the arbiter of truth, right? One of the challenges is we have a world of free expression. As I've often pointed out to people, I gave a talk recently about the challenges of fake news, and I started off by putting our First Amendment up on the wall, just to point out that the word truth isn't in there, right? That's not what our forefathers had in mind. So it's a particular challenge to make sure that we do the right thing without crushing free expression.